Celestian Tales, The Realms Beyond. For those unaware, this is the sequel to Celestian Tales, The Old North. 10 years have passed between that game and this game, the characters have all aged, they all have different costumes, and so on. And a lot of the areas are much, much bigger than they used to be. So one of the main changes is in the first game you had to pick your MC out of the 6 characters. Here they do a pair system, so by following the Aria route we will get Ylianne also. And if there's interest I can look into doing the other routes. The disclaimers I have to put out is, number one, this is done in beta right now, so I don't think the honor medals are actually in the game just yet, but I'm putting this out the day the game is supposed to be released. They will probably be in that release. So hopefully I don't miss anything, and hopefully nothing's permanently missable. The world map is completely changed, by the way, so I don't think there's going to be anything hiding out there, but you never know. Other things, I will do the important mention when we get control of the characters, but I will be replaying this. I've played a little bit of the game too. I fought the first 2 bosses. You get to choose which order you face them in. Do the fairies first, make the dress, worry about the sword later. Trust me, it's so much easier. The one thing that sucks about this system, though, is, at least for the first bosses, you do not have control of your party. So Party 1, the party that fights the bandits is Aria, Camille, and Renard, I believe. And the party that fights the fairies is Ylianne, Isaac, and Lucien. So the importance of this is, since you don't get to choose which characters you use, you have to make sure that everyone's equipped, which is a little difficult. The good news is, as of this build, money is actually pretty easy to come by. It's the crafting materials themselves that are going to give you trouble. But anyway, enough of me jabbering on, let's just jump into the Aria-Ylianne route. I will be using this for my playthrough. I'm starting over, like I said, so I'll be starting on hard. Animation's a little rough, give the devs some time to fix it. They actually have a reputation for doing so, so I can't hold that against them. Anyway, Amrita is the younger sister of Aria. If you don't remember how Aria's route ended, she and Gareth kind of had a falling out because Aria took her duties seriously. She was not going to help Gareth assassinate Alana. Alana is the daughter of Sophia and allegedly Elaine, but that's a topic for a different video, or playthrough. Hello, companions. Thank you for coming here. Amrita, it's been so long since we last saw you. Yes, too long even. Where have you been lately, sister? Has that old snake locked you in a tower somewhere? No, nothing like that. I've been focusing on my clerical studies of late. It is not easy to devote one's mind and heart solely to serve the Deus. Oh, are you aiming for the cardinal test at last? That is wonderful news, Amrita. With your sharp mind, I have no doubt you'll succeed. Although, being one shall mean you spend most of your days in the Office of Religious Affairs. Will Father allow you to be away from our mansion? He is your father as much as he is mine. And worry not, for he supports my decision. Not everything he does is as bad as it appears from your side. Perhaps due to your clouded sight, sister, I too was like you once, until I saw the truth behind his venomous words. You should come with me for a while. Spend time away from Godland and see the realm from outside the bubble you've always been inside. Thank you for the offer, but I would rather not. And why not? I doubt there's anything of interest left for you here. Should there be an opportunity to leave, why would you turn away? As much as you might say otherwise, Father has much good in him. His actions are meant to serve the Deus, even if sometimes at the expense of the people. At their expense? I thought our divine mandate as nobility was to lead the people, not sacrifice them. I do not deny that he is imperfect, yet it is his way of worship, and I am not a judge worthy to decide that is wrong. Under the heavy mantle of High Cardinal, he is but a human being as imperfect as any of us, a human in need of guidance, not scorn. I used to hope it'd be you who'd be his beacon, sister. Alas, it seems that your paths in life are not meant to be together. Perhaps need for binding, sister. It is not me who left, but Gareth. Yes, he banished you. But what did you expect from a man who's put all his trust in his daughter only to have her revolt against him? I swore an oath, Amrita. Solemn words spoken in the name of the Deus to protect the very child he asked me to turn against. Do you not understand by asking me to be loyal to him, he is trying to force me to break my promise to our God? You two are so much alike despite your differences. Even how you both raise your voices at me is similar. I apologize, Amrita. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you. What is done cannot be reversed. Let us focus on the future, not the past. I shall take no more of your time. You must have much to do to prepare the young blade bearer for the ceremony. Farewell, companions. May Deus guide your path. And I thought my problems were complicated. 'Tis unfortunate that you had to listen to our private matter. Relax, Aria. After 9 years together, we're practically family. And that extends beyond just the two of us, you know. I'm sure the other companions would gladly lend you a hand if you'd only ask. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be uplifting. Come on, let's return to Levant and report to Lady Sophia. There are preparations to be made this week. We'll be busy. Can we look around the marketplace first? There's still time before the next ship departs, right? Surely. Just make sure not to spend too long, alright? I don't want to miss our ride home. Yep, aye, aye, Captain. So now that we're in control, go to the skills, stat. So you may be looking at this and say, these leave some things to be desired. The game doesn't tell you, but you have all of your moves from the first game. So Providence, Deus's Wrath, Shield of Faith, Piety. So Piety is incredibly important for Aria. It makes her heals awesome. You can use Providence, combine this with Reed, and you can do a little bit of tanking. It's not really efficient by any means. It's just 2 shields, and it costs 3 stamina. It's kind of up to you, I guess. We'll grab Deus's Wrath because it's her damage skill, and then Shield of Faith. So this protects everyone at the start of a fight. Incredibly important for that bandit fight. First boss, or second boss, your call. We'll grab Second Wind. It's just a surge of SP for her. Rain of Arrows is her AoE move. We're going to grab Nature's Blessing so everyone starts with 1 extra SP. We can actually grab everything. Fervor, whenever you use a regenerative skill, you have a chance to regenerate 1 SP on the target, so that combos off her healing thing. She's healing over time, rather than just an outright healer like Aria is. Rain of Arrows, AoE, and then if you want to see your other moves real quick, Spring Mist. It's 1 ally, 3 turns of regen. Updraft, give 2 SP to an ally, extremely helpful for certain guys when you're trying to do some sort of gimmicky strategy. Dawn Treader, Ylianne will move first almost every single fight. This is her free stats skill, 20 points of initiative. It's a one-time thing, so it's not really that important, but hey, to each their own. 1 weapon, 3 accessory slots. Your armor counts as an accessory, I believe. I'll test this when I get later on in the game, which will probably be the next video. That will be coming out on Friday, since this game comes out on Thursday. Anyway, this is Godland. This is an area we cannot get into from the first game. Actually, we could not get into Fort Grivo either, which is where Lucy and Renard's thing takes place. But Godland is pretty big. Greetings, Honored Companions. No mass is scheduled, so you may look around. Greetings, Honored Companions. The church has no mass scheduled until the Day of Sorrow ceremonies are over, but you're welcome to sightsee. Day of Sorrow is your reasoning for having to get a dress and repair the Guru for Alana. I've heard, but like the insane person, I pretend I know nothing. You know how the Geraldines do things. Better be on the sidelines than to get caught in the middle. Have you heard the rumors? The High Cardinal seems to be planning something. What could he be up to this time? And if you remember, he is trying to kill Alana. So I wanted to see the statue to see if that was a Kickstarter backer or something. In case you're wondering, the original game went on Kickstarter, and then they made a second Kickstarter for the second game. That caused a little bit of confusion for people, since some people backed the trilogy in the original Kickstarter, and then they weren't sure if they still got a key for this game. I myself am in the gray area, so I don't know if I actually have to keep this, because this is beta. It's a beta key I'm playing this on. I'm so sorry, did I sweep some dust in your direction? Godland, well, these are the 3 swords. The Garo is the one on the right, the Faithkeeper is the one on the left, and I believe the middle one's the Durandal. So, the Garo is in the possession of the Levant family. Alana is the heiress to that. I don't know who has the Faithkeeper. That might be in Belanus's possession. Can't remember her first name. And then the middle sword is the Durandal. That would be in the possession of Artur, the bard from the first game. Welcome to Godland. How can I help you? Bright red crystal. That's pretty handy because that's a revival item. That's why it's kind of nice to start as Aria. I believe it'll still be there when you get to Godland in the game. Just going to take you a little while. As much as the nobles love being separated from us commoners, they depend on us more than we do them. Who else here would do this kind of work? Now, Godland is 3 screens. they loop. So right there is a little bit of rough animation, but this is the second screen. When we keep going to the right, we'll go to the third screen. When we go further, we'll loop back to the first one. I've traveled to a lot of places. So far, Godland's the only city where they keep nobles and commoners so far apart. History books have stories like that, and they never end well. I do hope that's not the case with us here. Welcome to Godland, something I can help you with? Oh my, what terrible fashion. You Levants always wear such drab dress. Learn something from the Geraldines, won't you? Just follow this rule, wear two main colors and add a splash of something grand. Just look at Lord Garrett's clothes, white and purple with a dash of red. Brilliant. Welcome to Godland, you need something? And here's the funny NPC. This cold-blooded man. If you stand over here, you can smell the odd scents from Lower Godland. Once in a while, you'll smell something really delicious. Of course, other times you get something disgusting instead, like the time I saw a man puke down there. Okay, that's not the one, must be this one. Huh? Were you talking to me? Okay, where is the one? Is it you? Lower Godland and the dock are really bustling with merchants the last few days. The ceremony is really drawing a lot of tourists. Okay, I want to find this NPC. Where is he? Greetings, companions. I pray the ceremony to go on without any trouble. That sucks. There's someone who explains that the bad smell that you get while looking down is because of all the garbage the nobles throw down there. They literally use that as their dumping ground, man. That is ice cold. Hello, companions. Here for the Day of Sorrow, aren't you? Maybe he's on this screen. The Inquisitors seem particularly busy today. Preparations for the ceremony is the responsibility of us clerics. That must not be why. I agree, they must be up to something. For better or worse, I expect the ceremony will be something to remember for years to come. Welcome to Godland. What can I help you with? I'm gonna stop talking to the soldiers here. This part of Godland is the safest by a long shot. Where else will you get Inquisitors strolling in front of you every day? It's like thought the dungeon is one place like that, but that's not... Never mind. Might be her. Sorry, my liege, I'll move out of your way. Okay, this is annoying me. Yeah, I am devastated. I don't know where to find that NPC that talks about throwing the garbage down there. Sometimes when I watch the counters from here, I wonder how they can lift their things scattered all over the place. If I were there, I'd probably get a lot of freedoms just by snooping around. Not like I'd ever set foot down there, mind you. See, we have looped back around. You're the companions of Levantine, aren't you? My, you look younger than I imagined. Okay, yeah, I don't have time to see you. Ever seen a cucumber before? I haven't. I've been looking for him ever since that time I saw him. I wonder where he is right now. Yeah, I don't have time to actually look for the guy. Just take my word, he's there. Tutorial fight will be down here a little more. It's my first time seeing a Day of Sorrow ceremony. It's probably also my last. It's so exciting. Day of Sorrow is like once every 70 years in game, in case you're wondering. That's why everyone's so hyped about it. So here's your tutorial. So, do you have anything specific in mind, or do we merely set out in a random direction? So you probably expected me? Absolutely not. I don't come to big cities often, especially Godland. Every time I do, I just want to see what the people are doing. Why don't you come with me to balls and dances more often? I visit many cities and noble estates that way. And get stuck inside that tight corset again? How am I supposed to nibble on all the snacks when my tummy's all wrapped up? And then comes the hush-hush. Every time I try to tell a story, you always tell me to tone it down a little. The whole thing's such a bore. Believe me, that was the least I could do when someone's attempting to tell a story about how Our Lady defecated all over the floor while you were holding her. She was a baby, Aria, a human baby. Even her kin would have trouble deciphering her cries. What hope did a half-elf have? And relieving oneself is a very human thing to do now. There shouldn't be any shame in talking about what we all do. You're missing the point here. Our Lady is a blade bearer. She's not supposed to be human. She has thousands of people under her banner. Her very name should evoke awe and respect. The people ought to be led by a vessel of divine power. not a mere human being. I have seen people that are clueless about ballroom courtesy before, but you taught me even Renard. I'll take that as a compliment. I wouldn't touch your stuck-up human parties with a 10-foot pole if I could help it. Dirty markets, now that's more my style. And speaking of that, we're not going to have any time to shop if we keep staying here. Come on. So I forgot who it is they fight, if they're thieves or what. Has anything piqued your interest, Ylianne? We may have to hurry. I can see the sailors are nearly finished loading our ship. Still deciding between a cute accessory for Alana and some food to bring back for the rest. How about we... Okay, the Inquisitors. Ylianne, something's happening over there. I want to take a look. Wait. I told you, I'm a traveling merchant from Fort Griveau. Of course I own the Phoenix's holy book. Come on, I sell fermented bean paste for a living. I'm not here to spread my religion. But this is a holy city of Deus, where heathen faith isn't welcome here, boy. So, there are two ways we can solve this. Either you let us lash you 10 times, or you can plead innocence in the name of Deus at the tower. After a long and uncomfortable interrogation, you are found to have lied. That's not fair. All the choices are torture. You can't do that to me. I don't have much patience for heretics who think they can spread their lies in my city, merchant. You must choose. I will count to 10. 1. What? Wait a minute. 2. Hey, get your hands off him. Who are you two? We are Aria and Ylianne, honored companions of Levant, and we won't stand by to watch this awful deed. Companions of Levant, look here. This merchant is a feelite and must be dealt with right now. As my ladies see here, the damned merchant is trying to spread fealism in Godland. He's brought his dirty book with him, so help us punish him. My apologies, but we gnomes are not used to siding with street thugs. This is no time for jesting, companions. As officers of the Inquisition of the Church of Deus Valorous, we have the right to... Oh, so that's what your black armor means. I never would have believed their recruitment standards had fallen so low. We do not accept words of disgrace to our colors, Lady Aria. This isn't Levantine. Take your words back, or else... Or else... what? Bring it on, bullies. So, these are the only two characters who have to fight more than one target. So we'll start with a rain of arrows to deal AoE damage. This will probably be the only time you see me use this move, and she actually got a crit off it. Nice. So the one on the bottom is close to dying. We have no reserves to swap out to, so Deus' Wrath to the top one. Good night. So that was Aria's shield. Block the hit. And he's dead. Flawless victory. We won't forget this, companions. The commander will hear of this. And you should not forget that due process for feline defense is to deport them to Fort Griveau. You have no right to punish this merchant. Now get the hell out of here. We shall not report to you, but do not expect the same generosity next time. I am truly grateful for the help, ladies. Not for the two of you, they'd be flaying me by now. I'm worried, though. Will you be alright after crossing the Inquisition like that? We outrank every single cleric and Inquisitor in the realm. As long as we prove what we did was justifiable, they have no power to take any action against us, and they struck first. We were defending ourselves. Yes, it's odd they would attack you, even in Godland. Things have really changed under that commander. Anyway, that's great then. I'm glad to be saved, but a few inches of my skin isn't worth the two of you getting into trouble. I think the new commander is Abel, Aria's sadist brother, but I'm not sure. Nonsense, of course you're worth it. Right here's a glitch, and Ylianne's portrait does not appear when she speaks. I don't know why. It also helps that we have Camille and Isaac to clean up our messes every now and then. Camille to do it in terms of paperwork, and Isaac to do it in dark alleys. It must be nice to have others to depend on, huh? Perhaps that's the secret behind Levantine success. Well, I'd love to chat more with my saviors, but I've got to find a place to hide. As soon as you leave, those black lads will be looking for blood, and I doubt this time it'll just be my skin that's on the line. We understand perfectly. Be safe. Had enough meddling in other people's business, Lee? Admit it, you wanted to slap them in the face too, didn't you? Oh, absolutely. I just wish you'd give me a heads up so I could better prep my words. Noted for next time. Though your tongue was sharp enough without any special preparation. You know, despite our differences, the two of us do pretty well together. It's a pity most of your days are filled by socializing with people who have sticks up their butts. And yours are filled by what again? Running around Levantine looking for problems to solve? Ever read one of those adventure books? I'm that hero who gets more thanks and smiles than one actually saving the world. My point is, being nobility isn't always about doing classy stuff. Whenever you feel up for some nighttime skinny dipping or a mud fight, just holler. Do not hold your breath, Lee. Come on, our ship is leaving soon. That's the end of the prologue. Here's where everyone converges. Whee! Here comes the jump. Hang on tight. Woohoo! Deus, that was so fun. How come we never done that before? Because we weren't old enough to tell anybody about it, obviously. Now hang on tight, kid. It's time for the highlight. You ready? Wait, you mean that one now just wasn't the... Wait, that's the library. Are you going to... Renard! As much as I like traveling, it feels good to be back home. Godland's just too stiff for me. Agreed. I can't believe I once sincerely thought that no city could match it. Though to be honest, Levantine didn't used to look this nice. This area is a new wing of Levantine that's been added in. Levantine itself is much bigger than it used to be. Especially the castle, man. That means we've done good in our time here. I hope people can see... Is that Renard with Alana? Oh, that is indeed. The big boy sure likes to play with our Lady Blade Bear. Wonder what kind of game they come up with this time. Wait, do not tell me they're going to... Oh, in the name of Deus! That was awesome, Renard. I didn't think we'd actually make it. I know, right? We should do this again sometime, especially when Aria... When I what, pray tell? Nothing, we were just talking about how pretty the sky is today. So pretty indeed. At least until I saw a companion jumping over a building with Our Lady Levant on his shoulders. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about. Alana, do you know anything about it? I know, you said the companion was a he, right? It wasn't me, so I guess it must have been Isaac. Not good enough, Renard. Alright, call me red-handed, guilty as charged. What now? You're lucky we have our weekly meeting soon, or I would have sent you to the detention room straight away. You two, get off your bums and follow me to Levantine Castle. We'll talk about this incident after the meeting's done. As for you, Renard, I hope you have the decency to use this moment to reflect on your faults. Yes, ma'am. That goes for you too, young lady. I can see you're avoiding my eyes. Yes, ma'am. Look at Ylianne for Deus' sake. She's a child in elven years, that she acts like a full-grown adult. You two could learn a thing or two from her. Why do I have to take care of these children? Sorry I got you into trouble, kid. Didn't think we'd land right under the devil's nose. Still, worth it. Let's do it again someday. Shh, why are you saying that in front of Lee? If she tells our plans to Aria, there's no way we'll get a chance to do it again. I can keep my lips sealed, but I'm not doing it for free. Shit, you've been hanging out with Isaac too much. Fine, name your price. Let's see. How about you take me for a run, too? So much for you being an adult, Lee. Fine, it's a deal. Come on now, we've got to catch up Aria. She'll scold her ears off if we take too long. So right there is Renard joining the party, and this is where the prologue will end. When we pick up next time, it'll be moving forward here, so I'm going to race over to the save point and call it a day. The last warning I'm going to give you is Renard has joined the party. As you make your way to the castle, next up will be Isaac and Lucienne, and then finally Camille. When they join your party, do not forget to equip their skills, otherwise you'll run into a little bit of trouble when you get to the areas with the fights. So, just do that, and you'll be good to go. Characters will not learn moves at level 41. They, Reed, I forgot who else. Reed gets a really crazy move at level 42, and two other characters do, and then I imagine it probably alternates every other level from there now. So, like, Reed and that group will get levels at, or moves at odd, even levels, and the other group gets it at odd. Anyway, we'll worry about testing this theory at a later time.